how's it going? Matthew Bailey here, and welcome to another 2020 movie review. And this will probably be the last one that I do. I had one more movie that I was gonna try to see before the end of the year, but fortunately that's not happening. That might not happen by the end of the month, but for now, let's get to my main movie review that I'm doing, and that is for Soul. Yep, the latest Disney Pixar film that was the first one to actually get released straight to video to a streaming service, which was Disney Plus. Which, even though it's probably not going to do that much when it comes to making money, I still think it deserved a decent review, because even though it was, like I said, released on streaming service, this movie was pretty heartfelt. At first, I didn't get what was going on throughout the first few minutes, but then I see why they made this movie. Soul is basically about a guy named Joe Gardner, who basically learns the difference between what you want to do in your life and also making you realize how you want to live your life. And that's why I think I really enjoyed this movie, because it showed like a lot of heartfelt emotion between the main character and the side character that he was partnered up with, who was voiced by Tina Fey, who I've seen be paired up with the incredible talk show host Jimmy Fallon before. And I have to say, this movie was so inspiring, heartfelt. It truly teaches you the meaning of how you want to spend your life. And like another great movie that mentioned the whole thing about living your life, to quote someone from the movie Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, you get one life. You decide how you're going to spend it. That's basically what the message that this movie focuses on. And I'm really glad that they decided to dive down deeper into what that quote meant. But not only does it teach you how to live your life and shows you the different steps on how you want to live your life, but it also was, like I said, it taught about a lot of stuff. When it talks about how you inspire other people, how you can inspire yourself. And Jamie Foxx as the main lead as Joe Gardner was pretty amazing. And I am definitely really excited to see how he might turn out in the next Spider-Man film, because it was reported he's reprising his role as Electro, but not the same as he was in the second Amazing Spider-Man. But we're not talking about that movie right now. We're talking about Soul. So, yeah. Soul, I have to say, Tina Fey, Jamie Foxx, they did a pretty good job in this movie. I mean, there was some weird and funny moments at times, but throughout the whole point of the story, it really stays focused on teaching the valuable lesson of how someone spends their life. And for someone like me, that message was definitely deep. I mean, I realized that it doesn't matter what someone says to me. If you really want to push for something, you actually push for your dreams to come true. Keep moving in life. Try to live out try to basically live out what's going to bring out the real you. And that's why I really liked this movie. Even though it wasn't released in theaters, I still think it was pretty good. But as for now, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. Yep. This movie was definitely inspiring. It's a shame that it wasn't released in theaters, because the other Pixar movie that did get released in theaters was Onward, and I definitely enjoyed that movie too. It's a shame that this movie was actually a lot better than Onward, in my opinion, but it didn't get released in theaters, unfortunately. However, that doesn't mean I won't be able to do a number of reviews for next year, because even though the first 3 months of next year we're going to not see many theaters open, I'm definitely going to be going to be seeing a lot of movies next year. And like I said, movies that I'm definitely anticipated for next year are the Marvel films. I'm really excited for the Disney Plus shows that are going to be connecting to those movies, like the show WandaVision, which airs on January 15th next month, which ties into the events of Spider-Man 3, which then ties into the events of Doctor Strange 2. So, and even though Doctor Strange doesn't get released until 2022, I still am really excited for the Marvel projects. I'm excited for the Ghostbusters film, the third movie that is, called Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm curious to see how they're going to bring back the characters of that franchise, because they will be having some major roles in the third film, except for, unfortunately, Harold Ramis. May he rest in peace. And like I said, there's a bunch of other films that I'm really excited about next year. So like I said, this will probably be the last movie review that I do for 2020. There is another movie that I'm going to be seeing from this year. I just won't be able to do a review on it, or probably include it in my ranking of the best films of the year that I did see. And that film is Wonder Woman 1984. So when you see my review of the best films of the year, you're probably not going to see that on the list, because I won't be able to get a chance to see it until probably the start of next year, because members of my family actually wanted to go see it with me, so I'm going to have to wait until they're all ready to go see it. But anyways, that's all for now in this movie review, and I'll see all you dudes in the next video.